So what are you getting done today?
Something like a low fade, but like stretched out, you know, like low to mid fade, and then just a little off the top, maybe like half an inch to an inch.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
What's going on, YouTube? Thanks for coming and checking out another video. We're gonna be turning it up, man. We're gonna be dropping a whole bunch of videos, but this tutorial right here is gonna be a fade into his curls, and we're gonna start off cutting the top. My apologies for the horrible angle. I'm gonna fix it in just a bit. But what I focused on here is making sure I cut the top to his desired length, especially there on the middle, and then we'll do the sides and the back. As you can see, I'm pulling it towards me, going 90 degrees around the cowlick area. And so we've gone through the middle. That's my guideline now for the left and the right sides of the top of the head. And as we get to the back towards the crown, we're going 90 degrees off the head. Now we're grabbing the hair on the sides and just pulling it off so that it's squared off the side of the head. That's going to allow us to be prepared to fade into the length on top. And if you notice with curls, I like to kind of scrunch them just a bit. I want to see how the curls are forming, how they're bouncing, and how the shape is coming together, because curls have a mind of their own. And so I want to make sure as I'm cutting it that it looks even, that the shape is right. And so that's why you'll see me mess with the curls a bit. At this point, we're just making sure that the length of the fringe is where he wants it to be. Now the reason why I'm applying product now is because as I'm doing the fade, I want to fade it into a close to finished product. So curls do really good. They look really good when you let them air dry or you use a diffuser. So you might as well style it now and let it air dry to its finished form by the time we get done with the fade. So we're starting off with our number 3 guard here on the sides. And that's going to be the base, the foundation of the haircut. We now know we're just fading to a number 3. So at this point, we're using our 1.5 guard. And we shouldn't be creating any line. If you're using the bevel of the guard or kind of like the rounded end of the guard, it's almost like doing a C-stroke for you. So you shouldn't be creating any new guideline with this 1.5 guard. And the 1.5 guard I'm using is the babyless one. So there's a little bit of bulk above where we finished off with that number 3 guard. So while I'm here, I'm just gonna go ahead and use clipper over comb just to clean it up. I don't want any real disconnections, and so just doing this in the in this scenario just kind of helps with the blend, with the overall blend into the top. right, it's looking pretty good. So we went ahead and put the bald line in, and we're gonna start to blend down from that 1.5 guard. I'm using the half guard all the way open and closing it as I go down. The half guard really kind of is, you know, it's almost one of the most important parts of the fade, because it's kind of where most of that spread, most of that in between dark and light ends up being at. And so if you don't spread out the half guard enough, or the one open or the one closed, that vicinity, if you don't spread that out enough, it's gonna look too bulky all the way around. All right, so we've used the half guard. Now we have the blade open and we're closing it, as you can see, until the bottom line is completely gone. And especially from this angle, you guys know I like to take my time and really make sure that the fade just kind of flows nicely and balanced all the way around the head. But it's coming together, man. I think it's looking good. And guys, just so you know, man, I'm always looking for models for YouTube haircuts. If you're in the Tampa area and you want a free haircut, you can go to haircutsformen.com and you can book an appointment for free on there. You're gonna be a model for one of my YouTube videos. All right, so that's the rough draft of the fade on this side. I went ahead and lined up the C cup. And now we'll do the same thing on this side. So you saw we started with our guidelines. Now we have our number one open. Now we have our half guard. And we're just making our steps down. The blade is open and we're closing it as needed until that bottom line is completely gone. So that's the rough draft of the fade. Let's give him the C cup now. And like I always tell you guys, doing the C cup now will allow you to see the fade a little bit better. So when you go and detail it, you can get it to the next level. And so here we are. We're going back with our clippers, and we're really almost retracing the same steps, blending down and really focusing on dark areas, inconsistencies. You know, some spots will look darker than others, and so we need to be able to adjust and make the necessary you know, adjustments to make sure that this fade is blurry all the way through. And so you'll notice I'm using a lot of corners because I'm working in smaller spaces. And you always got to finish off these fades with the shaver. But yeah, man, I don't know if you guys noticed, but I feel like there's a big difference already just by going through and retracing my steps. And so we're going to do the same thing on this side. He's got like this bone, so he's got an indent above his ear, and then he's got like a bone protruding on the mastoid area. So that's the back of the head, the rounding area to the side of the head. There's definitely like a little bit of a lump there that I really got to spend time detailing. And you'll see I'm gonna right here in this area. See how it's darker there? I really had to spend time in that area. Right here. It's getting there.
Let's get it.
Oh yeah, that area that was dark before looks really good from this angle. That's a nice cut. I'm telling you, man, I like to spend time detailing. Like even this area, it just looked fuzzy. It just looked like inconsistent in length, and it just wasn't laying the way I felt it should lay. So I'm going through my number 3 and just making sure I'm lowering that area so it's not fuzzy, it's laying nice. And these are the little attention to details, man, that will set you apart. And guys, now with what's going on in the world, you know, once people get back to work and stuff, it's going to be really important to set yourself apart. All right, so here we're using the blending shears. These are reversible ones, and the ones I got right here are from Zanvia. So at this point, I'm looking at it from different angles, different lighting, and just making sure it looks consistent regardless of what the surroundings are, regardless of what lighting looks like or what angle it is. I want the haircut to look put together. So now we're going to clean the skin, get rid of any dead skin, because we're going to use the enhancement, and we want to make sure it's on a fresh layer of skin. That way we can make it last as long as possible. And the color I'm using is brown black. Brown black, no drip. You can get it at toon45.com. Alright, so here you see I turned my clipper to the corner. It's because there's hair that's overlapping his hairline, but it's not actual hair from his hairline, it's from further away. And so freehanding it and just you're pretty much just trimming any hair that's overlapping, and that's gonna do the job. So that's why I have my trimmer turned that way. Man, I just feel like all these added attentions to detail, you know, I probably could have let him out the chair a while ago, but you know, I really love what I do. I enjoy what I do, and it's the motivation for what I do. It's enjoying it. Money's not the motivation for me, and I know that sounds weird to say, but you know, I feel fulfilled taking my time on my haircuts, regardless of what the return on my time is at this point in my career. You know, I feel like in the barber industry, the first 10 years, man, you pushing, you're trying to make money, you're trying to create stability for yourself and your family. But then it gets to a point where, you know, if that's your only focus, you might burn yourself out. So, you know, at this point in my career, man, I'm doing what I love. And yeah, that's how I cut. So I'm using a pick here just to add volume to the curls. If you notice, I'm not combing all the way through because that's just going to cause frizziness when it comes to curls, but I'm going at the roots of the curls and just lifting them a bit so I can create more volume and more shape to the cut. So guys, this is the before and this is the after. Guys, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. We're doing videos like this every other day, it seems like. Road to 500K, that's the goal this year. All right, bro, I showed you the cut. How you like the cut?
That's dope, bro. I appreciate it.
No problem, man. Thank you, bro. Thanks for coming in.
Yeah.
All right, guys, that's it. I love y'all. See you in the next video.